Boom shakalaka, what is going on everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love, and look at this wonderful green day we have behind us. My goodness, it's been like a whole green week. Just pretty much every day, everything's in the green. Reminds me of things, a year and a half ago already, long time ago. But today, we are going to be talking about Bitcoin breaking $4,000, even though it doesn't say so right here, but it has broken $4,000 on some markets. We'll get into that, and why this time here is different. All right, so we'll get into all of that stuff right after a word from our sponsor. So guys, you can check out the Monarch wallet. There is a link down in the description for a chance to win 250 bucks in ETH. So make sure you check that out. It's a badass wallet. I use it. But let's talk about today. So overall market cap, $134 billion. Bitcoin dominance, 51.9%. Now Bitcoin right now is at 39.86 on here. However, I would like to point out that it's not like this on all markets. In fact, if we take a look in the Bitcoin chart on markets, we see there are some markets scrolling down here where it has broken $4,000, like on BCEX, like on Bitfinex, like on BCEX again, also Equant. So there are a few markets. Here's a couple other local trades, Xena Exchange, where Bitcoin has broken $4,000. So $4,000, definitely a strong mental barrier, big even. A lot of people thinking it's tough to get through those because there are lots of sell orders and stuff like that on the market right at those big evens. But I do think that this time that we have here is a little bit different, and I'll get into why. So first thing is, we have right here going on. So the past week, we've been seeing pretty good gains in Bitcoin. Now, generally, when we have right around $4,000, some resistance that we're trying to break through. But the lows keep getting higher and higher. Well, when we get to that point, eventually it flips. So generally in this area here, we could see it flipping once that resistance at $4,000 ends up becoming support. Now I will say the MACD right now is looking great. So those of you who do follow the MACD trading, I mean, we would have gotten out of a stablecoin into Bitcoin right around, that was like 3,400 bucks right now, close to 4,000. So that's working out well. The RSI, pretty high right now, okay? It's right around 70. So reason for that, there's been a whole bunch of days in green recently. Now, will things turn around? Who's to say? I mean, last weekend was a pretty big weekend. We saw big gains over the weekend. Are we going to see the same thing this weekend? There was a study done. If you guys remember, if you go back with me many months, I didn't pull up this study because I couldn't find it real fast. But there was a study done by some university where they basically said that Bitcoin doesn't follow like traditional investing rules. It's based more upon like what's going on in the news, but also when there's 1 week where Bitcoin goes up, the next week Bitcoin also goes up. In general, that's the way it works. So last week Bitcoin went up. Guess what? Next week Bitcoin could potentially go up. But that's not the only reasons why. Okay, I want to get in a few other reasons why that you probably saw in the news, but you may not have realized how actually monumental these things are. So the first thing, everybody uses Twitter. You can tip using Bitcoin on Twitter. Yes, slow, clumsy Bitcoin. You can use the Lightning Network and actually tip using Bitcoin on Twitter, which is crazy. Now it's not native to Twitter yet. You have to download an app, this Tippin.me. But guess what? You can send Bitcoin to anyone, including me. You could just go find my Twitter account, the Crypto Love, and just lightning me tons of Bitcoin. So you can go ahead and do that. All right, so that's one thing. All right, Twitter has a lot of people on it. A lot of people use it. There's crypto Twitter. It is saltier than the Dead Sea, which according to some people like hurts your butthole. Forget who told me that, but wasn't my experience there. But that's a big one. Okay, the second one, which I think is even bigger, and this one people just kind of brush it off, but Google introducing the new Bitcoin keyboard currency symbol. Now, if you take a look right here, Bitcoin symbol, right next to other very legitimate currencies. All right, we have US dollars, we have euros, we have yuan, we have pounds, we have, I don't know, rock laws or whatever the heck those things are, cents. But there's Bitcoin. That firmly establishes that it is legit money, or at least store of value. Okay, it is a legit currency. Because guess what? We don't need to wait for the slow-ass governments to start saying when it is or is not actual money. Because we just follow technology. We follow popular culture, and then popular culture ends up dictating what the governments do. Because they just react. They're slow, they're clumsy, they're fat, they pad their pockets with their taxes. But they're slow. Technology, much faster, and because of that, Bitcoin is going to be recognized. Because guess what? People will be looking on there for the money symbol, and then they'll be like, oh, that B symbol, damn it, that means something. What does that mean? Oh, right, that means Bitcoin. You know, somebody told me about that. I should probably look it up. That's what's going to happen. So that is actually huge news that I don't think a lot of people have been really noticing. But there's even more, guys. It doesn't end there. Okay? Even more. Hands-on preview of Samsung Galaxy's S10 phone reveals new crypto details. Yes, that's right. On the Samsung S10 phone, it is native to the phone a cryptocurrency wallet, which is going to be crazy because guess what? Everybody who buys a Samsung phone now can accept cryptocurrency. Now they have a wallet for cryptocurrency. Now they can transact in cryptocurrency. So it tells you what you can do. Basically, it has 3 initial features, so payments to merchants, digital signatures, and crypto storage and transfers. However, it talks about potential other uses for it, like integrating it with Samsung Pay. So that means that you'll be able to essentially pay with cryptocurrency anywhere in the world. It's going to initially be have Bitcoin and Ethereum on there, but it looks like there will be you'll be able to add other cryptocurrencies as well. So all of those things are going to set up for a lot of money. Is this going to have money coming into cryptocurrency immediately? No. But, I mean, I don't know how many. Maybe it said it in here. I don't think it did. But I don't know how many people use Samsung phones. But guess what? All of them now have a free cryptocurrency wallet that is already integrated in their phone. But that's not all, folks. I know I sound like one of those late night infomercial things. It waxes, it cleans, it chops vegetables, but that's not all. And guess what? If you order within the next 9 minutes, I'll send you 2. You just pay extra shipping and handling. John McAfee tweeted yesterday, I think that was, people are waking up to the fact that Bitcoin will be $1 million. But when? Someday? Maybe 5 years? Within a decade? I'm the only one giving you a hard date, December 31st, 2020. Which, guess what? That's like less than 2 years away. Holy shnikes. That's freaking awesome. He goes further on to mention this article here, where IBM's crypto chief, Jesse Lund, also predicts $1 million Bitcoin price as a real possibility. So in an interview, he was talking about it, and he goes on to say, he has a long-term outlook. Well, first he goes on to say that he thinks speculators are hurting the value of cryptocurrencies because they're thinking about it wrong in a very short term. Very short term. He has much of a long-term outlook. He goes back to that discussion about the utility of the network with a higher price. I see Bitcoin at $1 million someday. I like that number because if Bitcoin's at $1 million, and each Satoshi is actually worth a US penny. Go figure. It means, you wonder if that was like the initial plan when Satoshi created this. And that means there's over 20 trillion in liquidity in this network. Think about 20 trillion in liquidity and how that changes things like corporate payments. So that'll have a lot of liquidity in the network, a lot of payments in there. But $1 million is definitely something that's possible. Furthermore, there was another article today that says that Bitcoin could swell to 1.5 million if it absorbs all of fiat and gold holdings. So this guy down here, Travis Kling, talks about how Bitcoin is the hardest money we've ever had in the history of humanity. Okay, so he has this thing printed out and put it next to your computer. Basically, the amount of money in different types of fiat, gold, things like that is monumental compared with what's actually in Bitcoin. So it's down here. He basically says that the fiat supply in existence now equates to about $19.6 trillion. All the gold, about $7.8 trillion. Bitcoin, on the other hand, which is a legit store of money, transfer of wealth, whatever you want to call it, is only $60 billion. That's way less than any of these. Orders of magnitude. All right. So What could that be? What could that be? Well, it means that if you do put, I mean, obviously it's like a big reach, but if Bitcoin absorbed all the money from gold and fiat, guess what? Bitcoin could swell to $1,571,316 a pop. And boom. So all those things would be pretty awesome if they happened. Now, all of that great news, all of those great things to actually get money, stuff like that. But that's not the only thing, all right? So we have, $4,000. Yeah, whatever. We have some resistance here. We're in a bear market. Yeah, whatever. Okay? The biggest thing for me, I've mentioned this before, is market sentiment. Now, this isn't technical analysis, and I know a whole bunch of people poo-poo all over this because it's not technical analysis, because it's just market sentiment. It's just going based upon feeling or whatever you want to call it. But it seems like, to me, everybody is still talking, well, we're in a bear market for another year or two, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Oh, Bitcoin price is going to come down. Oh, I'm going to buy in at $2,500. Oh, I'm going to wait until it goes down to $3,000. Oh, I'm going to wait until it goes down to $1,500. There is not a single person on this planet that I hear that says that Bitcoin is on its way up right now. Not a single person. All right? So, if you guys remember back December, January 2017, 2018, basically, everybody was experiencing this excitement, thrill, and euphoria, which happens right before a market downturn. Well, right now, everybody has this panic, capitulation, despondency, which happens right before a market upturn. Now, is this the actual market upturn? It could be. There's no way to know until we're past it. You can't predict this shit in the future. You have to look in the rearview mirror. But it's certainly possible. And I sure hope so. But it may not be. But I think that market sentiment is one of the biggest things. It could be a sucker's rally. Could be a bull trap. But I think this could potentially be the beginning because, based on other things, based on the length of previous bear markets, we're getting to the point now where we should be at around the middle of the bear market. Okay, sometime between like now and May-ish. Maybe October latest. So it's possible. It may drag along the bottom. It may go down. But when you look at market sentiment, everybody is negative. And when everybody is negative, that's what happens to the price. At least that's what I think. All right. So, guys, that's the episode for today. I hope you all enjoyed that. Hindsight is 2020. I believe it. So, if you other things that I do, guys, Signal Profits. I've been trading using this for maybe almost half a year now. Having a lot of fun with it. Getting pretty decent gains on a daily basis, like 20% in 22 hours, or 23% in 10 hours, or 15% in a day. So if you want, there is a link down in the description. You can check that out. Also, remember, check out the Monarch wallet. Badass wallet. Over 1,800 cryptocurrencies you can store on there. And you could enter, or you have a chance of winning $250 in Ethereum if you use that link down in the description. So, thanks very much for watching. I will catch you all later. Have a wonderful weekend. Maybe I'll have some more episodes this weekend. But either way, have an awesome one. Love you guys. Peace.